Hey, Sunshine Yogis. Thank you for joining me today. This is going to be a quick session designed to get you up from your desk to counter the effects of sitting all day. So we are going to be standing. I am in the kitchen, and I could also call this kitchen yoga because we're going to make use of our counter or something to hang on to as a prop. It's a standing sequence. You can also adapt it to do in a chair, but the idea is we are getting up from sitting for long periods of time to kind of stretch our body, to get our breath back, to clear our minds, and that kind of thing. I happen to have a home-based job. Probably many of you out there do. So this is just something to refresh ourselves when we need it. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to be standing with our feet about hips width distance apart, our toes pointing forward, and you want to give yourself some space so you're not knocking into a wall or any furniture or anything like that. And let's just take a couple of cleansing breaths to kind of get rid of the cobwebs. So take a deep breath in, soften your knees, reach up to the sky. As you exhale, let it go. Again, inhale, reach up. Exhale, one more time, inhale, stretch into the feet, reach up, exhale, let it go, good. One more time, we're gonna take the arms overhead. This time we're gonna interlace our hands and flip the palms up to the sky. So press into the soles of your feet and press up through the heels of your hands and get into the longest version of you. So you want to feel your side waist lengthening, your legs lengthening, your spine lengthening. If we've been sitting, all of those muscles have gotten kind of short and contracted, so we want to lengthen as much as possible. Feel free to maybe tick-tock from side to side if that feels like it's something natural and that your body just needs to do, right? Any movement is good movement after we've been sitting for prolonged periods of time. Think of motion as the lotion to open us back up. Good. Now release the arms down. Give the shoulders a couple of good circles up towards the ears and back and down. And then come to face one of your counters. We're going to hang on with the hands about shoulder width distance apart and walk our feet back until our spine gets more or less straight and our feet are underneath our hips. Once you get into that position, just allow your chest to melt down between your arms and just lengthen from tailbone to the crown of the head. This should feel really good. Your hamstrings might be a little bit tight, so if you are feeling that, feel free to bend your knees. Tilt your tailbone up a little bit. Feel that tilt in the pelvis, big stretch in the shoulders. You could even say yes, no with your head, to release any tension that might have built up in your neck staring at a device, which I do for much of the day. Let's come on to our toes now. Inhale to lift the heels. Maybe stretch out the tops of the feet, here a little pop or so. As you exhale, bend your knees and drop your tailbone down, staying on those toes. Inhale, now straighten the legs. We're working the ankles and the knees and the hips. Exhale as you allow those heels to drop down. Let's do that one more time. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to bend the knees, dropping the tailbone down. Inhale, press into those toes, lift the heels high. And as you exhale, let the heels lower down. Good. Stretch out one more time. Feel your side waist lengthening here. And then lift the head and walk the feet in. Keep a distance still from the counter. And we're going to turn and hold on with the right hand. So you'll notice my arm is outstretched and long. Keep it that way. And as we inhale, we're going to bring the left arm overhead. Exhale, you want to reach to the right as you press your hips to the left. So what we're looking for here is a nice side body arc. Stretch open those intercostal muscles. As we've been sitting, they've been getting kind of crunched and compacted, and this feels so good. Inhale to come up. Exhale, let's stretch over to the side again. One more time, inhale up. And exhale to stretch overhead to the right. Now flip it around. We'll take that on the other side. Holding on with the left hand this time, make sure that your arm is extended fully. Inhale to bring the arm up. Exhale to lean the hips in one direction and reach over. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, reaching over. One more time, inhale up. And exhale to stretch out the right side of the body here. Good, now as you come up, take that right hand back behind you. You're gonna flip yourself away from your countertop and hang on with both hands. Maybe a little bit wider this time than shoulders distance. Keep your feet parallel to one another and take a breath in. As you exhale, wrap your shoulder blades towards one another. Wrap the front of the shoulder heads back and lift from the center of your chest, maybe even dropping the back of the head back, pressing the front of the hips forward, getting a really nice chest opening stretch here. This should also feel really good on your hip flexors. If you've been sitting, they are also nice and tight and contracted, so this helps to open them up. Oh, breathe in and breathe out. Beautiful. Now look forward, flip yourself over. Let's bring that left arm up and flip yourself back now so that you're facing your countertop. Walk the feet back just enough. And then with your hands shoulder width distance apart, hold on with your left hand and turn to sweep the right arm open, twisting to the right. As you exhale, you're just gonna thread the arm through, taking a nice twist for the thoracic spine. Inhale as we open to the right. Exhale as we twist. This might feel really good in your low back as well. Inhale to open. And exhale as you thread through. Good, switching sides now. Hold on with the right hand, turn open to the left, left arm lifts. Exhale as you twist the torso. Inhale, open to the left. Exhale, thread it through to the right. One more, inhale to open. And exhale to thread it through. Good. Now let's come to stand and work on a little bit of balance here. We can hold on with that right hand to the countertop. We're going to come into tree pose. Now balancing is a really nice thing to practice when you're working because it helps us to focus. So we're going to stand on our right leg and bring the foot of your left leg to the inside of your right leg. So it could be down here at the ankle, turning the knee out, feeling that nice opening in your left outer hip. It could come up a little bit higher onto the calf or even further up to the inner thigh. If you make this connection or wherever you make the connection, press your foot and your leg, the inseam of your leg together so that they feel really magnetic. Keep that knee drawing out to the side and down, and then root strongly through that standing leg. Feel that connection, earth to sky, as you lift up through the crown of your head. Now maybe bring one hand to prayer in front of your heart, or both. Even with the hand there, we're practicing balance. And when we practice balance, we really need to find a focal point. So look for that drishti, that focal point. Keep your concentration and your awareness there. Breathe into your body and find a little bit of stillness. So when we're working, our mind can be very scattered, it can be overactive. When we come into balance, we're kind of drawing everything back and into center. Good. If you feel really steady, you may even want to open your arms wide, pounding. Yes, feel the energy starting to build too. Very refreshing for the mind, the body, and spirit. You can stay here, or if you want to go a little bit further, bring that left ankle to the top of your right thigh and come into a figure 4 position, and then bend into that right knee. As you do that, you're going to feel that right hip stabilizer starting to turn on, and we continue to stretch that left outer hip. So this is really nice too for going deeper into the hips. Again, they get really contracted as we sit. So this is a really nice way to counter those effects, the negative effects of sitting. Beautiful. All right, wherever you are, let's slowly come out of that, and we'll do it on the other side. So flip yourself around if you'd like. I'm going to practice facing you guys. So this time the left leg is the standing leg, and then the right foot comes to the inseam of your left leg. So you can begin here, take it up a little bit higher, or bring it all the way up into the crease, the upper crease of your left thigh. Just check that the knee is pointing down and out, right? This is a hip opening pose, so you want to square your hips to the front of your space wherever you are, shoulders stacked over the hips, and practice your balance. So maybe one or both hands come to the heart. Keep a nice steady breath here and a steady gaze. You'll notice that everything tends to slow down when we balance because we're in focus and we're drawing that energy inward. Again, a really nice way to balance out our work energies. Good. Now staying here in your tree or going a little bit deeper, bringing right ankle to left thigh, keeping that figure 4 shape and that right foot flex. We're going to bend into that left knee, drop the hips back and down. Finding a good stretch now in both hips, maybe in your calves. Yes. Take it wherever it feels good to you. Remember, this is your time and your practice, so customize it to what your body needs. Awesome. Take one more breath. Beautiful, and let's come on up. Give your legs a shake. Feel that energy moving. Now we're going to use the counter another time here, this time holding on with both hands. We're going to take some chair squats. So you want your feet underneath your hips, toes pointing forward. Take a nice breath in, and on an exhale, you're just going to squat down as if you were sitting down into a chair. Keep your chest lifted and your spine long, and start to turn on those big thigh muscles using your quads here. Press into your feet on an in-breath, come on up. And as you exhale, take it back and down, sending that tailbone down, keeping the spine nice and long, chest lifted. Again, inhale as we press into the feet, lengthen. Exhale, this time take it down as far as you can go, like really, really drop down. Start to feel a little decompression in your low back. Keep your legs engaged. Smile as you feel that strengthening and stretching. One more breath in. And then press into the feet to come up. Nice work, guys. Let's take a good wide stance now. Toes turned out, heels turned in. And take your feet wider than your shoulders. We're going to bend into those knees, aligning knees over the ankles. Try not to lean too much forward, but stack shoulders over hips. Feel that big stretch in the inner thighs. Drop the tailbone down. Keep the heart lifted. Nice. Goddess pose. Really strong pose. You're going to feel this all in this hip, pelvic, inner groin area. Maybe bring hands to your thighs. Lean your chest out and over the front of your space. Press your knees open a little bit wider. Big stretch. Breathe into it. Draw your shoulder blades down your back. Oh, this should feel good. Nice. And release. Come on up. Let's take one more nice fold forward. When we fold forward, we let the blood rush to our head. And that could be really nice if you found yourself having a little brain fog or you're just super tired. It's a great way to refresh what's going on in your head space. So take a nice breath in as you reach up. Exhale, let's just come halfway down. to stretch out the spine one more time. Bringing your hands to your fingertips or to the tops of the thighs. Press your tailbone back. Reach out through the crown of the head. Keep your neck in line with your spine and engage your belly by pulling your navel in and up towards the spine and towards your heart. Look out past the bridge of your nose and draw your shoulder blades down your back so that you lengthen that space from your ear to your shoulders, all along that neck, the sides of your neck. Good. One more breath. As you exhale, let's soften the knees and fold all the way forward. Shake your head out. Yes and no. Take as much of a bend in the knees as you need to really stretch out this whole back side of the body, especially in your hamstrings, maybe even in your glutes. You could take your hands, interlace them behind your head, and just gently draw the elbows towards your temples and feel an extra little weight, helping to lengthen the neck and the spine. Definitely hitting the refresh button here. You should be feeling better already. The body more energized, the mind more awake. And releasing the hands down. Press solidly into the soles of your feet, and we'll slowly roll ourselves up, stacking each bone on top of the other, taking our time to rebuild our bodies as we come to stand. Bringing the head up and over the shoulders over the hips. And take a moment in your mountain pose to feel tall, to feel strong, to feel recharged. Beautiful. Thank you all so much for joining me for this quick session. I hope that it served you well. I look forward to bringing you more videos like this, and I hope that you have a sunshine kind of a day. Namaste.